Hey, OJ here. It's coffee time. But then, you know, it's always coffee time, right? Just
Deb
like
here. Deb here too.
Deb here too. It says it's always coffee time, just like the cup says.
Yep.
So we're not doing a coffee review. Sorry. We're not doing a cooking. We're not going for a walk. We're gonna do something a little different. We are coming up in 2 weeks from now. We've been doing this for a year. So we're gonna do 5 things. Five things we've learned. Probably more than 5, but
we'll go for 5.
We'll go for 5 right now. 5 things we've learned on YouTube.
And we have notes because
we have notes.
We'll never remember all the things that we learned because well, we might remember them, but not how to explain it.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
What? Number one. Choosing a niche. Is niche.
Everybody says it different. There's niche.
Niche. Hard.
I say niche.
Yeah, choosing a niche is hard. You do it.
Choosing a niche is hard.
There you go.
Yeah, and saying niche is even harder, right?
Linoleum kind of thing.
Diligently.
Never mind.
Okay, so what do you want to say about that?
It's hard.
You're the one that started the channel, so you know. And I already had to put a dog out.
Yeah.
Only one, so pretty soon I'll have to put the other one out. So where were we? Choosing a niche is hard.
I knew I wanted to walk around, drink coffee, because I love coffee. And but you know,
we didn't want to just
do that.
Be limited to that, because really, I mean, how much walking and I was
going to
say how much coffee can you drink, but you know, a lot.
Yeah, but first I drink coffee, and then I do things.
Yeah.
See,
we should have made this number 1. Really,
should have been.
First I drink the coffee, then I do the things. That's number 1.
Yeah.
Well, it's not on the sheet. But it should have been.
See, we're already going to be at 6.
So what's the note say? Well, yeah, you started out with drinking coffee and going for a walk, but then you didn't take long and you started putting cooking.
Well, when we started, it wasn't too bad out, and then we got a couple really good. Yeah, we got a couple really good snowstorms. We had a lot of snowstorms last winter.
Well, we just had a snowstorm.
Yeah, and we just had another one. There's supposed to be another one next week.
So you had to do something besides walk. You can only walk in the snow so much. It gets pretty boring. Yeah,
so then we started doing some cooking. And
in the summer it was working around the yard. So if we're going to do stuff, we might as well do a video.
Yep.
So yeah, I wrote some notes. The YouTube gurus say to figure out exactly who your audience is, and you make videos for that audience. But that's hard to figure out.
It is hard to figure out.
Well, we originally thought our audience would be people our age, which a lot of it is.
It is, yeah.
But when you look at the analytics, we got a lot.
35,
it's really diverse.
35 and up.
Yeah. And there's even some teenagers, of course.
Well, we don't know whether those are all grandkids or not. But
well, you've got some probably from school.
I have.
Whether they watch or not is something else. So.
Well, they would have to watch in order to show up in the analytics.
It's a very small percent, but still the other, 20-some and up, all the way up to our age, is pretty even.
Yeah.
I think I can't remember how they break it down, but just the bracket below, in the 50s there, is probably the highest one.
Yeah.
And I need to go and do something with the dog, of course.
Of course. They get jealous of this camera, just us sitting here talking, and so they gotta be mouthy. And
you want up here? There you go.
And
there you go.
The one dog, she's scared to jump up on the couch. She's getting old.
She's too old to jump.
So she barks all. Lift her up, put her on the couch.
Yeah, I'm looking at my notes here. Just our audience is pretty diverse. So lately, the other thing is we've been adding some just
Humor.
What we're calling fun times with
Fun
old
times.
fogies,
Fun.
you know, playing games where
Yeah.
you shock yourself
Yeah.
and, tobogganing,
Yeah.
sliding, whatever you want to call it. So,
And we had big plans on being monetized and everything in the first year. But
well, we had hoped.
Yeah.
We had high hopes,
High
but
hopes, yeah.
that's not going to happen. So
Yeah.
but you're getting into number 2.
I'm sorry.
You want to read number 2?
Okay. Reaching YouTube requirements for monetization is hard.
Yeah.
And you betcha it's hard.
Trying to get 1,000 subscribers.
Right now we're at 725? 35.
735. Wow, there's another thing. Bob's up and down. But
And
yes, you need 1,000 and 4,000
watch hours. Now, it might be easier to get the 1,000 subscribers than the 4,000 hours, but
because it has to be within a 12-month period.
so I checked this morning, and we're at 1,700 and some hours. Which isn't bad.
It's not bad, but it's still a long ways from 4,000.
That's a long ways,
So
and then if you only have videos that are
5 minutes long.
5 minutes long, and it takes a lot of views to get that 1 hour out of 5 minutes. And
I think most people that are starting out, at least the ones that we've met, they've got their hours by doing lives.
yeah.
We keep saying we're going to do one, but we haven't yet. But we probably will have to, because
Yeah.
the problem is that 4,000 hours has to be within 12 months. So we're coming up on 12 months. So we're
in
gonna,
2 weeks, when that first video that we did,
the earlier views, those days.
those earlier views for that day, whatever views were on that day, if we had, say we had 200 views on that day,
The very first day.
those 200 views are gone. So every day the views for that
I'll put
day
another dog out.
are gone. So that makes it tough.
Start losing ground.
You're losing ground, and we started out doing one on Wednesday and one on Saturday. Then we did some that were, we'd throw one in on a Friday or something, or a Monday, and
We really-
then we're telling us, well, you should be doing shorts,
But
but
they-
you have to get a lot of
Yeah.
shorts, and it's 90 days, and I think is it 1 million views in 90 days or something?
Yeah. No, it's 10 million
10
views.
million views.
And never going to happen for us, because those, they're sort of hit and
Yeah.
miss. But so if you
I
haven't
guess they had to
subscribed,
start. I guess they had to start somewhere and
Yeah.
start at 10 million. Maybe they'll drop it. I doubt it, but
if you haven't subscribed, subscribe.
subscribe.
And then,
and
no. That's another point.
The other point,
That comes later.
okay,
So if you haven't subscribed,
subscribe.
please do.
Why not?
Yeah.
And just get it done.
Oh,
And it's easy, because a lot of our subscribers are on Facebook, and they have their Facebook channel, so they have to put the information in for their Facebook. So put your information in for YouTube. They
Yeah,
don't use it. They don't.
It's not hard to
They
make
don't contact you or anything. It's really easy. Like, if I can figure it out, anybody can figure it out.
because we're old fogies
We're
right
old
now.
fogies, and ain't that smart anymore.
But watching those subscriber numbers, something we should learn, but we haven't yet, is just stop looking at the numbers, because
Yeah.
that can drive you crazy. You can go to bed, like we were up at 735 subscribers quite a while back.
Yeah.
But then we get up the next day and we're down 5, and then it goes up and down and up. So that can really drive you crazy. So we should learn not to look at that.
Well, there's different opinions on that. They say if your subscribers haven't watched any of your videos for so long, some of them will drop
They'll
off.
drop off because they're not real.
They're not real subscribers.
Yeah.
They just subscribed and then they've
Moved on. Yeah.
And there's another point coming up for that. But
And I have to go let a dog in, so
yes, let it
good
go.
time to stop.
And you're back.
And I'm back. So number 3.
Number 3. We're just rolling along here. More isn't always better.
So that's what you started to talk about before.
Yeah.
Just because somebody subscribes doesn't necessarily mean they're going to watch our videos.
Yeah. So
And look, there, right there. Read the notes.
This must be a good time to tell.
This might be a good time
to tell me.
Ring
the bell. See, that notification bell just isn't there for.
Ding. Just for decoration.
Yeah, it's not decoration. Yeah.
Yeah, because
it's there. So because if you're surfing YouTube and you find, that's kind of interesting, hit the notification, because if you scroll on by to watch 10 other videos.
You have a perfect example of that happening. Someone just asked you yesterday, are you getting notifications from my videos? And you thought, you had.
And I looked, and I had to send him a message back, and I said, I'm sorry. It said all interested or no notifications. And
you hadn't hit them.
I hadn't hit anything. And I quit hitting the table leg there because I was shaking the table. So yeah, I hit that bell.
But the one point I wanted to make is that it's better to have a small, it'd be nice to have a big group, but starting out, it's better to have a small group of loyal viewers who actually watch your videos. They don't just subscribe to be nice or because they're hoping that you'll subscribe back, that they actually are interested in the videos and they watch them, because otherwise those numbers, they don't mean anything. They're a subscriber, and we want those numbers, but we need the views, not just a number.
And then you see views, and you might have, say if you had 1,000 views, but then you go into your analytics and somebody's only watched it for 30 seconds, that's a view. But if it's a 5-minute video,
I hadn't even thought of that. The watch time.
The watch time in there, because YouTube tells us how long people's attention span is. And because of that stupid TikTok, where
people don't have an attention span.
Yeah,
well, we're kind of boring. We're kind of boring though. So
we are kind of boring, but TikTok ruined it for people, I think, and because
everybody wants it.
Now they just want
quick.
15, 20, a minute, and that's it. If it's really interested, they'll stay a minute. If they're not, they're gone.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating. But
part of this,
when I tell somebody I subscribe to their channel and I watch their video, if their video is 22 minutes long, I'm going to watch 22 minutes of that video.
Because we know what it's like when somebody clicks on and then they click off.
And away they go.
It tells YouTube up. You're not holding their interest, so you're out of there.
And also YouTube knows, like, if you hit skip ad. Well, right now we're not getting paid for any ads.
They have ads on. We just don't get anything for them.
Yeah, so they're making money off of us.
So it's good to watch the ads if you want to support a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Well, and the other part of this is that we've learned that there's a really supportive YouTube community. Well, a lot of them, but we've met a lot of people through that. But the thing is, though, it has to be, if you don't have a real, develop a genuine friendship, relationship, or then it.
And by watching somebody else's videos and you comment on them. And what I've learned is, if you comment, I should comment something back to you. If all you send me is a heart on the comment, I might only send you a heart back. Or I will say thanks for watching.
But we've missed comments. You can't help missing a few. We try not to, but there's always going to be a few missed. But with the supporting other YouTubers, I think it has to be authentic, because, and I'm not saying that you have to be in the same niche. We watch videos on all kinds of different topics, but it has to be a real. It's not just, well, you go to mine, I'll go to yours kind of thing. It has to be a real connection. And we've met a few YouTubers that we just really, not that we necessarily are in the same niche, we just enjoy watching their videos. So.
They might be raising turkeys or chickens, and we've done
we
tried the chickens,
not going there again.
Not going to go there again, but Well, I guess if something happened, and,
well, yeah. I guess I wonder, can we have chickens in our backyard?
I don't think so.
Maybe we will someday.
I don't know. Maybe.
So, where are we
Moving along.
Number 4. Hey, we're almost to the end.
Yeah. YouTube is a great way to get out of your comfort zone.
This should have been number 1 too, I think.
Yeah, they all should be just about number 1.
Because we've definitely tried things that we never thought we would.
The comfort zone for me is I sit there and edit. Like I was telling somebody the other day, when I was doing everything off the laptop, and I was just getting started with this, and I worked at this editing, and it took me 6 hours to edit, and I hit something, and it was gone, and all you can do is have another coffee, put it all back in, and call it whatever.
Learning experience.
Yeah. And put it all in again, and then you learn.
But you said
the save button. Hit the save button. Hit the save button as you're going along.
But you said the biggest thing was getting used to hearing your own voice.
Because when you listen to yourself sing, or you wouldn't want to listen to yourself. Actually, not bad. But
maybe we'll get you to sing sometime.
Maybe I'll sing sometime. And
now I made you forget what you were going to say, right?
I usually sing, there she goes, just a walking down the street, singing do-wa-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do.
Don't quit your day job?
Yeah, don't quit my day job.
Biggest thing for me wasn't so much my voice as being in front of the camera.
And she sure wants to be in front of the camera now, doesn't she?
Not really.
Yeah, she does. She says she doesn't. She
doesn't. No. So yeah, getting out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's helped us to not take ourselves too seriously.
Yeah. We laugh at each other and
yeah. And I mean, our lots of videos that we make are probably boring, but we sit and laugh at them even if no one else does.
And we've done one video that was just over an hour long, and it is kind of boring, but that was a test to see.
That was a walking one.
Walking one we did in Criddle Vane,
but there's people
who sit and watch it all.
Well, and not just that.
It's kind of a historical background through that one. So
people also like to get on a treadmill and they watch videos while they walk. So if you're we'll throw one of those in there.
Yeah, but, and there's people that they put the YouTube video on and they go on the treadmill and they ride their bike, and because we follow a couple YouTubers that they're never in the video, they never say anything, and they just walk.
Just nature walks is one that does that. He just walks, doesn't talk. You never see him. It's just walking.
Good. And
you get to see another country.
Sometimes you just need to sit and mellow and watch that.
But this has made us be more active and get out there and do stuff and go places. Except in the winter.
Yes. I find, the winters, I'd still walk in the winter, but
you've fallen on the ice too many times for that.
I walk like Tim Conway now. The other day I was walking along and it was mostly bare, and then I kind of went and did the kung fu dancing. And
Facebook Memories told us so it was this time that you slipped and you were off work for quite a while.
5 years ago, something like that.
At least,
whenever it was. So, and I was off work for 3 weeks, so
But we're getting off topic now.
Yeah,
we have one more point.
One more point. What's that
Number
point?
5.
You have to find a balance.
Because YouTube can very easily take over your life, and it kind of has.
And you wake up thinking of stuff. And
what's your next video going to be?
And I bump into people, whether it's at the post office or at the gas station. So where are you going to video today? And so I got this down. Maybe go with this, and we might do that.
But it's amazing how quickly a week goes by, and you'll get halfway through the week and think, we haven't made a video yet.
And
what are we gonna do? And then there's all the editing time. I know And then watching videos to support other people.
That's right. And then I'll go to work, and then I start at 6 in the morning. So then I come home at coffee time, and I'll have my breakfast. And while I'm having my breakfast, then I go through my phone and do all my notifications. So by the time I'm done my breakfast, then I'm done my notifications, and it's time to go back to work.
And then lunchtime, watch a video,
or do some more
or have a nap.
Or nap. I haven't had a nap the last couple of days.
So yes, it's hard to keep a balance, but basically, like, the main way to maintain balance is just to keep our focus where it needs to be, and the main thing is on God, on our family, on each other, but like the Bible says, whatsoever you do all to the glory of God, because if we're not doing that, then we're kind of wasting our time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if God doesn't bless what we're doing, then
we're
we're just spinning our wheels. We're just walking.
We're just
walking and not getting anywhere.
Sort of like walking a treadmill. You're walking lots of steps. You're not moving.
Anywhere. So just need to keep our focus right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made it to the end.
Yeah,
That's
we did.
number 5.
Amazing.
Well, probably 6 or 7, maybe more in there, but we'll call it 5. So, I don't know if anybody has questions, they can let us know, because
exactly.
we're talking about doing a Q&A. So if anybody has questions about us, about the channel, whatever, just send them in or put them in the comments.
And that might be our first couple lives, is kind of question and answer kind of thing, and see what people think, or what maybe some people might
Do you want to find that out live?
Yeah. Well, you never know.
I don't know.
Big shoulders. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it.
And I guess we'll just see you on the next cup. Bye for now.
Bye for now. Bye-bye. Drink the coffee, then do the things.
Exactly.